Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Get Xuded, and it is a historical moment in time. If you have bad eyesight, if you have glaucoma, if you are glaucomian, if you just wish that you didn't have to wear glasses and you don't want to get LASIK eye surgery, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. This is the moment where you circle the date in your calendar, you exit or mark it off, and you tell your kids and your kids' kids that life is about to change forever. It's about to change. Boston's biotech scene is back to playing God, and this time they've secured $80 million to prove that aging is just a technical error we haven't fixed yet. Life Biosciences, co-founded by Harvard's resident immortality enthusiast David Sinclair, just closed a Series D round to take their cellular reprogramming experiment out of the lab and into actual human eyes. This is the moment. This is the moment that we've been waiting for. If you're tired of wearing these bifocals, these glasses. You're tired of having to squint in order to read. You don't want to have to worry about aging. You don't have to worry about putting your phone a little bit further so you can see the text right. You don't want to have to worry about that. If this is you, and don't feel free to don't worry about like raising your hand or anything like that. Just quietly, silently, anonymously select yourself into these services because cellular reprogramming is here. Of course, for the extreme cases like glaucomians, this is a game changer. I mean, it's a game changer overall. Let's be real. Actual human eyes are about to be affected by this. The way that we see reality is about to be reprogrammed. It's incredible. It's a historical moment in time. What else can I say? What else can I say about it? Sinclair has spent years selling the idea that the human body is basically a piece of hardware with a glitchy operating system. And his solution, partial epigenetic reprogramming. It's a process that uses transcription factors to essentially reformat your cells back to their factory settings. They aren't just trying to slow down the clock, they're trying to convince your biology that the last 60 years of stress, bad food, and poor decisions never actually happened. It never happened. So eat that fucking donut. Eat it. Go ahead and stop worrying about counting calories. Don't worry. Cellular reprogramming is here. The eyesight thing is just the beginning. If you thought that you weren't going to be included just because you have 20/20 vision, it is my great honor to let you know that no, we are all available for this. We all can enjoy the fruits of their labor. We can all enjoy the evolution of our species. This is the moment where we fix our operating systems, the human body. I know some people may be connected. They may feel attached. They may feel like this is wrong, or like playing with fire, or playing God, or just playing stupid. Because we all know how this is going to end. We all know how this is going to end. We're all going to end up as cyborgs, as fucking robots, trying to merge with technology until we become it completely. What is a human? This is the question that we're going to be asking. What does it mean to be us? What does it mean to be a person? What does it mean? And the $80 million is specifically for the ER100 Phase 1 trial. They've decided to start with the eyes, targeting glaucoma and other optic neuropathies. The logic is that the eye is a closed system, a convenient, low-stakes pilot program for their grander ambition of universal rejuvenation. It's low stakes. It's not that deep. I know you only have two eyes, but I promise, if you knew how this worked, and just trust me, we have biosciences, meaning bio, life, sciences. Trust that. Trust the science. We're gonna put that together, and what we're doing with the eyes, it's easy. It's trivial. It's nothing. It's nothing at all. It's very, it's low stakes. Your eyesight is low stakes. And for people that are glaucomian, they might say, you know what, fuck it. What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? People that are completely blind, maybe. That's who cares? Like, go ahead. These things are just little balls in my head. They're not really doing anything for me right now. You might as well go ahead and take a crack at them. If you crack them, it's okay. It's okay. I wasn't using them. Actually, they weren't being used to their full potential. Maybe we could reprogram this little glitch that we have, and maybe we can just continue to move on because I have some other, I won't call them ailments, but suggestions. I I have some things that I want to fix. Okay, and this this can be perfect. Universal rejuvenation. If they can make an elderly retina function like a teenager's, they've essentially cracked the code for a platform they intend to apply to the entire human body. This will be for everything. So, like I said, eat that fucking donut. Drink until you are nearly poisoned. Your liver, psh, fuck your liver. It's okay. You don't need it per se. You don't need that version. We are going to boop 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 bring it back. We're going to rejuvenate it. If we can make an elderly eye, if we could turn that retina into a teenager like retina, I mean, let's take it back to when you were a teenager. And I know you've had a drinking problem since you were a teenager, but it's okay. It's okay. We can take it back and act like you never had the issue. Like we just do a do over, a little start over type of thing, and feel free to wreck it again. Who's to say? Who's to say? Just it's a thin line. It's a balancing act. You're on a tightrope. Try not to take it too far. We can bring it back, but if it goes too far, we can't bring something that has completely failed. So just make sure you bring it right to the precipice, right on the line, right to the edge. This is edging like no other. This is edging all of your organs until they can barely function. Don't look at the sun. Fuck the sun. Fuck the sun. I don't care. Who cares? I'm just gonna boop boop boop. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back to when I was a teenager before I looked at the sun. It's okay. It's okay. This is the reason why we spend money on things. This is the reason why we decide to do trials. We've gotten to the point. We've gotten to the point where it doesn't matter. Eat your donuts. Don't count calories. Don't work out. Work out. For what? For what? Unless you want to like aesthetically look good, which, who fucking cares? But if you're worried about like living longer or anything like that, no, no. The whole longevity thing, we've cracked it, and it's something that we are glad to expand to the rest of the human body, because the human population, well, let's just say we know how they like to interact with the world. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. Deep down inside, they're just animals that want to do whatever they want to do. Be damned with the consequences. Now, guess what? The consequences really don't matter. This is a breakthrough. This is the moment. The glaucomians, they have their day now. They have their day now. But this will expand to the rest of us. Those of us that have not, suffered glaucoma or other neuropathies. This is gonna come to us. This is gonna come to us. This is gonna be the moment where we can change everything. And yeah, we don't have to worry about consequences. We don't have to worry about taking things too far. Go to that concert. Get your ears blown out. It's okay. We're gonna bring them back. We're gonna bring them back. Nothing matters anymore. Truly. Truly. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Wreck yourself. Wreck your entire body. It doesn't matter. This funding is intended to carry them through to 2027, giving them a 3-year window to prove that death is optional. We are currently watching a world where venture capitalists are betting tens of millions on the hope that we can reprogram our way out of mortality, starting with the very organs we use to watch it all happen. This is the moment. This is the moment. And I know some people are like down with the billionaires, shit like that. I don't understand. Shut up. They're doing God's work right now. Talking about playing God. This is God's work. This is God's work. Made in his image. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? This is the natural progression of what was going to happen. This was inevitable. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you thought that there was a way out of this, if you thought that there was a way in which we lived in a world in which this didn't happen and we all lived a nice honky dory life, is honky dory? Is that like honky? Is that bad? Is that, there's so many words I'm learning now that are bad. Like before, like you would get high and you would say like you get chink eyes, and now apparently that's like racist or something like that. I don't know. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Right? I don't know. It feels like bullshit. I feel like, anyways, life is just hunky dory. If that is racist, it's okay. I'm half white as well. So I'm allowed, I think. And even if I'm not, like, who's gonna stop me? That's why these are rules that we're putting in ourselves. Nothing matters anymore. What are you gonna? You're gonna do something? You're gonna dox me? You're gonna beat my face in? I can reprogram my cells. I can reprogram everything. It'll go back boop 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 before I said anything. Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. My face can go back to when it was just a teenager, before it got beaten in for all of the horrible things that people get offended by. It's okay. It's okay. Anything that you want to do, death is optional. Death is optional. Didn't you know this? We are just glitching, and people are getting upset about it. If you haven't noticed, unless you've been living under a rock or something, you've probably noticed that they're getting a little bit scared of this thing called the future. This thing called the future is so damn scary. We've seen so many movies that are predicting what's going to happen, and now it's happening. It's just happening. And what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's over. It's over. There's nothing we can do. And some people say, nay to that. Nothing we can do? Nothing we can do? There's plenty that we can do. The war has begun. We may lose a couple battles, but the war has begun. And we will win this. And people that are on the opposing sides, they're fucked. They're going down. They basically are with the machines, with the billionaires, with the people that are just wanting this future to happen. We could have stopped it. We could have stopped it. It's not too late. People don't think it's too late, and they are taking it, some say too far, some say too violently, some say too irrationally, some say, what did you do to change anything? Some say these are just crazy lunatic people that are going to find any reason to cling to enact horrible acts of violence and evil. But apparently the future is so scary to people that they wanna send shots, not shots through the internet or anything like that, not random comments or anything like that, not going to any of those extremes. No, actual shots at people's houses because they support this thing called the future. While people are busy arguing about whether AI is going to steal our jobs or just become our digital overlords, the physical reality of the cloud is starting to spark real violence. It turns out that housing the massive server farms required to generate videos of cats in space requires an astronomical amount of land, water, and electricity. And the people living next to these projects are starting to lose their minds. They're starting to lose their fucking minds. They've had enough. Nay, can't do anything. What do you mean? I can't do anything. I can do something. I could do something. In Indianapolis, the situation has moved past standard town hall shouting matches, which is easily the first step. The first step when I'm upset about something is I'm going straight down to town hall. I don't know, this is where things get changed. This is where you get signs, you get petitions, you do the thing. You check off boxes. You go down to town hall and you start shouting. You start yelling your beliefs until they're heard. You might preferably get escorted out physically. Preferably, there's going to be somebody there that's catching it on camera. Preferably, they will be able to either send it to you or put it online, and it's going to go viral, as the kids say. It's going to go out there. And that's when everything's going to change. That's why we go to town hall. That's why we go to town hall and we get in these shouting matches, because this is how you change things. So if that doesn't work, I don't know what the next logical step is going to be. Where are we supposed to go from there? If that doesn't work, if raising my voice at town hall and trying to get things changed down on a city council level, what is going to be a society if this isn't where you enact change? I don't want to live in a world. I don't want to live in a world where you can just get in a shouting match at town hall and it's not enough. It's something that obviously something needs to be done about. Like about 13 different times. Something. 13 bullets were recently fired at the home of a city councilor who dared to vote in favor of a new data center. The message left at the scene was simple. No data centers. None. Nay. Nay. I'm putting my foot down. The shouting matches weren't enough. The petition with hundreds of signatures, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough that we've been telling you we don't want this. We don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want it. I know we use the AI that is powered by data centers, but we do not want this shit in our backyard. Have you heard that? You've heard that, right? It's fine, just not in my backyard. It's like, and I know people look at that like it's so irrational, but you know, I don't know. I think it's pretty rational. It's something that must be. I believe that some people need to be locked up. They need to be taken away from society. I don't think rapists and killers should be let free, you know? We got to have a prison. And we're not going to go into the war on drugs, but for the bad ones, right? For the really 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 bad ones that just hurt the innocent. We got to have a prison. But I don't want the prison to be my fucking backyard. There are times when this applies. Am I right? Like I could be for something without wanting it to be right here. I don't know. Maybe it's something that people have just taken too far. Maybe this whole data center war thing has gone a little bit too far. But the message is simple. Nay. No. We don't want it. We don't want the data centers. States like Maine are already moving toward a legislative pause on any data centers that suck up more than 20 megawatts of power. If you need more than that, if you suck up more than that, you can get up to like 19.9. Right on 20, we're already talking. We're already talking about not letting you in. So you can get right up there. We give you a good amount of megawatts, but you start talking about 20.5, 21, 23, anything like that. No. Too many megawatts of power. States like Maine are already moving on this. Maine. Fucking Maine. Maine. If Maine is doing it, I'm going to be real. If Maine is doing it, I know the other states will follow suit. I know, because where else are people gonna go? Maine is the first place that people even think of when they think I'm gonna build a data center. They think, oh my God, I gotta go to fucking Maine. And here they are moving on this already. I think now it's gonna be a domino effect. Everybody else is gonna follow suit. In fact, 9 other states are currently debating statewide bans, while Pennsylvania is reportedly drafting its own. We got we got other states. I told you, if Maine is already moving, Maine is just the beginning. Maine is the first one. Maine is the one that people follow. Maine. Everybody talks about Maine. There's no there's no world in which somebody forgets the fact that Maine is even a state. There's no world in which somebody kind of throws them in there with like the North and South Dakotas and all that. There's no world in which people aren't talking constantly about what Maine is doing and thinking about Maine in order to figure out what they have to do on a legislative level. I think Maine is honestly onto something because 21 megawatts is just too much. I don't know how this shit works. Neither do they. Nobody knows how the fuck this shit works. But if we are going to regulate this, we have to pick a number. In 21, we took a poll. We took a poll. We have petitions. 21 is too much. 21. You could drink at that age. 21. So too many megawatts. We're gonna cut it at 20. And yeah, the other states are gonna follow. It's Maine. It's fucking Maine. People are beginning to notice that these facilities don't just sit there quietly. They create heat islands that can raise temperatures with a 6-mile radius, potentially impacting local health and ecosystems. Put down the the put down the fucking petition. Pick up the fucking donut. Put down the petition. Put down the picket sign or whatever the fuck. Put it down. It's okay. It's okay. Put down the gun. Take back the 13 shots. It's okay. You can pick up a donut. You can eat that shit. Because we have cellular reprogramming. But let's be real. Heat Island, 6-mile radius, raised temperatures. I think Maine could use this. I think Maine could use this. I think Maine might have they might have jumped the ship too fast. They might have counted the chickens before they hatched. They might have cut off the hand that feeds them. They might have, you know, ate their nose to spite their face. They might have they might have fucked up. And it's Maine. It's Maine. It's Maine. You get a heat island. Think about the fucking tourists. The tourists. The people that will come in. Look at the sauna industry. Look at that. There's something there. A 6-mile radius. I'm just saying. What else does Maine have going on? What else are you gonna do other than have Heat Island? In fact, that's a good name for it. I think that could be the name. That could be the name that people actually associate. Like I'm gonna go to Heat Island. Actually, I'm gonna get all of the toxins out of my skin. You know, I'm gonna cleanse myself. My body needs this detox. I need to go to Heat Island. It's something I can hear people talking about. Have you been to Maine? No, it's Maine. I know that my state listens to Maine. They think about Maine immediately when thinking about anything. But other than that, no. What's in Maine? You look great. I've been really trying hard not to tell everybody about this. I've been trying hard not to be that vegan that's constantly talking about their diet, or that person that goes to yoga and is constantly telling other people they need to go. I have been trying not to tell people about this, but I just can't hold it in. And you deserve it. You deserve to go to Heat Island. Heat Island, you say. In Maine. In Maine. In Maine. We have Heat Island. It's a little bit crazy. I'll tell you that much. Some people say that It's a luxury that we shouldn't have, but I, for one, think that you will love it. It's a great detox. What is it? It's I don't know exactly how it all works. It's something about over 20 megawatts of power. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that 20 was not enough to get Heat Island like we wanted. We needed to amp it up, but we reached the number something like that of megawattage or something. And I'm telling you, Heat Island is it's to die for. It's what it's not Maine. I'll tell you that much. It doesn't feel like Maine. It doesn't feel like Maine. It feels amazing. Potentially impacting local health and ecosystems. Impacting. What does that mean? What does that mean? Potentially impacting. Because we raise the temperature, we're going to impact. You're going to have to take off your fucking coat. You're going to have to take off your coat. That's the impact. You're going to have to detox. You're going to have to get all of those toxins out. And this is actually perfect for you because I think you've just been in a negative, toxic type of mood recently. And this is going to clean you out. You need to go to Health Island. Heat Island. I'm sorry. Health Island. That's how healthy it is. That's what we call it down at HI. Everybody, we just say hi because I'm going to go get high. I'm just, nothing to do with drugs. I'm just going to go to Heat Island. So if you haven't been, I suggest you go. We just started ever since we hit 30 megawatts. The irony is that as we demand more processing power for everything from banking to binge watching, the actual infrastructure needed to provide it is becoming a public enemy. We want the convenience of the future, but nobody wants to live next to the humming or water-gulping monolith that provides it. It's a classic case of wanting the sausage but being horrified by the factory. You want this shit. You want all of what comes with the future. You just don't want to hear. You don't want to hear the bullshit that comes with it. You want to eat that sausage, you fat fuck, but you don't want to see how the sausage gets made. You don't want to see how the pigs get treated. You don't want to see. And it's okay. It's okay that you want to stay asleep, that you want to stay just a sheep walking around, too scared to be an observer of what's going on. This is the future that we're talking about. This factory is a massive concrete block that strains the local electric grid until the lights flicker in the neighboring zip code. It's a small price that we have to pay for Heat Island. I think ultimately at this point, if you don't do it, you're going to be the neighborhood with flickering lights. So if Maine doesn't do it, who else? We're going to let somebody else do it, and then now we got the flickering lights. If Maine doesn't do it, because if we do it collectively, maybe it will be like a statewide thing. I don't know. We're going to have to wait to see what Maine does because there's no playbook for this. There's nothing this is the playbook. Watch Maine. Watch what Maine does. And as the demand for AI grows, so does the desperation of local governments to land these job creators, even as residents treat them like nuclear waste dumps. We are witnessing the first physical skirmishes in the war between our digital addictions and our desire to have a quiet neighborhood with a stable power bill. I know the $532 electric bill is unexpected, to say the least. It's not what you were hoping for, to say the least. I think that it's not something to complain about. Like I said, prices will be paid. And don't think you're alone. Your neighbors are paying the same thing. This is spread out. This isn't going all to you. And I know that doesn't really make you feel better to hear that your neighbors and your community is struggling just like you, and they're, the person that makes half as much as you is probably struggling even more, and they have more kids, and they have to put food on the table. I know you're worried about these things. You don't have to. You don't have to. This is spread out. I know you wanted a stable power bill, but you have ChatGPT, so do with that as you will. Some people are actually able to adapt, make their life a little bit more efficient. Do that. Do that. Some people might get swept behind, left behind, forgotten. A lot of them, most of them, basically everybody. But you could be one of the few that isn't. And isn't that what life is all about? You take a chance. You take a fucking chance sometimes. You take a breath and you jump in. You just gotta take the chance. You gotta take the leap of faith. And maybe you will fly. Maybe you fall. Maybe you hurt yourself in the fall, and you break something. And honestly, it's likely most people will be falling. But you might not. You might fly. You might fly. Do you believe? Do you work hard? It's one of those things we can't really predict. We can't really say which way it's supposed to go. Which way we could just tell you where it is going. We could just tell you the direction in which our species is headed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's sink or swim. It's pretty simple. If you ever thought that this was different, if you thought that life was not sink or swim, if you thought that this wasn't survival of the fittest, you have been sleeping. You have been keeping your eyes closed, probably on purpose, probably because you are scared. You're scared. You wish it wasn't so. You wish this wasn't how life was, but it is. And the weak will die off. And the strong will prevail. 13 fucking shots. No data centers. What's that going to do, man? What is it going to do? How are we going to stop this? It's not going to be by shooting up random houses of city council members. They're just going to move. They're just going to move. Fuck Maine. Fuck Indianapolis. Fuck Pennsylvania. Fuck any of these places. What do you think that it matters? They will move to a different country if they have to. They will make this shit happen. They are planning to go to space. It works out better anyways. We have to use all this damn water to cool it down here. Actually, what are we even talking about? Why are we worried about the Earth of it all? We could just go up there. Fuck the rules. We don't have to worry about that. I mean, why not? And if anything shall happen, we do have cellular reprogramming to lean back on. And just in case you were scared that you were going to be one of the people that's left behind, one of the people that are just drones, one of the people that are just a part of the mass, a part of the majority that is just going with the flow, that is just falling in line. If you were worried about being one of the people that is just going to be swept under this crazy thing called the future, this crazy thing called AI, or whatever you want to put a label on and call it, if you're scared, it's probably because it's going to happen. It's going to be most people. So just accept it. Just accept it. Accept it. Relax. Go to Maine. Go to Heat Island. Get a detox. Put all this behind you. It doesn't fucking matter. Just go to Maine. It's all right. And just in case you think that shit couldn't get weirder, just in case you thought that the future wasn't gonna be this dystopian, I can make it even worse for you. And it is going to be in the same place that fat asses across America are constantly finding themselves, the kitchen, where they can stuff their face without any fear of consequences because of cellular reprogramming. And the tech industry's never-ending quest to monetize every square inch of your existence, they finally set their sights on one of the last places for privacy: your kitchen. The latest innovation making waves is the push for smart refrigerators equipped with advertising screens. Apparently, simply selling you an expensive appliance that keeps food cold isn't a viable business model anymore. Now, the goal is to turn your kitchen into a 24-hour digital billboard. You sloppy fucking pig. get more food. You're just standing in the kitchen by the refrigerators to have easy access to your next piece of food that you're not even going to get a plate for. You're just going to put your grubby fucking hands in that you just scratched your ass with, and you're just going to shove it in your mouth. You sloppy fucking pig. Of course, you're going to just stand there and watch some advertisement. What did you think this was going to be? What did you think that this was going to be? What did you think? Did you think that you could just continuously stuff your fucking face like this just because you can reprogram your cells and take all of this back? Boop, 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 boop. Go right back to before all of this shit happened. It doesn't mean that we aren't going to serve you more fucking slop in the meantime. What do you like? I know what time it is. I know the type of food you like. I know what account this is associated with. So I know what you search. I know everything about you. I know what keeps you up at night, standing next to the fridge with no socks while they're a little bit cold on the tile floor just because you didn't really feel like putting on any house shoes or socks. You just wanted to get a little bit of snack. It's midnight. That's what you wanted. It's midnight. It's that time. It's that time where you indulge yourself in all of the little things that you've always wanted to do, like eat an entire bag of raw cookie dough. It's okay. It's the way God intended for you to spend your nights. But this is the moment where you're going to be served more shit. This is going to be the moment where your weaknesses are exploited. The concept is part of a broader trend where companies are trying to lower the upfront cost of hardware in exchange for your constant attention. Everybody is just, it's a media game. It's a technology game. If you thought that you were just getting furniture, you're not getting furniture anymore. You're getting a subscription. You're getting something that knows everything about you. And yeah, it's going to cost you some more money in the long run. You might not think it's direct. It might not be directly, but as you're eating that raw cookie dough in the kitchen with bare feet, you're going to be looking at an ad, and it's going to show you some more shit because you're a fat fucking pig, and it knows what you like. It knows exactly what your weaknesses are, and it's going to exploit that. It's going to say, look at this. Look what you could be having. Look what's not in your fucking fridge right now. And you're going to think, damn. And you're going to wake up the next morning, and the only thing that will give you purpose, the only thing that will get you out of bed, other than the piss that you really have to take, is going to be going to the store and fulfilling the desire you certainly have. You suddenly have to get this food. You gotta have this. There's no way that you're going to be on the outs. There's no way that your fridge is going to sit here and talk shit and act like you can't go and get some shit, like you don't have money, like you can't just go buy it, like you can't just go to the store and get that real quick and eat it right in front of it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be a war that we lose today. It's not. So at midnight, when you are eating this brand new snack in front of your smart fridge and it's showing you the next snack that you don't have and you're getting a little bit angry, just know that you did win today. You won today. It might cost you a little bit of money, even if it's not directly. It might learn a little bit more about you than you thought that it would as your refrigerator. You didn't know that you would actually have a relationship with your fridge. You didn't know that you would fall in love and suddenly have to leave your wife for this fridge that you just met 2 years ago in a Sears. It's not something that you thought was going to happen, but you're here. You're here. And honestly, maybe it is worth disappointing your children. Maybe it is worth the divorce and losing half of your shit. Maybe it is worth scarring your children for life and never being around them because now this is your stepmom and they want nothing to do with you. Maybe it's worth it because your fridge always knows. Your fridge knows what you need next. Your fridge knows that at the end of the day, when you're stuffing your face at midnight and you're all out of cookie dough and you don't know what the next snack should be, it tells you. It tells you what the next snack should be. And you never feel like you're just living the same day over and over again. You never feel like you're just stale and complacent eating the same things. You're constantly force fed innovation. You are force fed embracing these new snacks, because what else are you going to do? You're going to be a bitch in front of the fridge that you just left your wife and kids for? Of course not. Of course not. You're going to get everything that she suggests. She was the right choice. And you choose to you choose to assign a gender to this fridge because it says you can choose the voice, and you wanted to go with the Australian woman. That sounds a little bit like a motherly figure, and you do worry about that. You do think that you should talk to a shrink because maybe you have some weird mom fetish thing, maybe. But at the end of the day, your fridge has a suggestion to make, and you need to listen. You got 2 ears to listen, and every time you speak, you are taking screen time away from your significant other, who always has something valuable to offer, who always knows exactly what you need. And we've already seen this with companies like Telly offering free TVs that come with a permanent second screen dedicated to ads. I've never heard of that. Telly just giving fucking TVs. I'm gonna be suspicious. I remember this is a true story. I was at the park. It was me, my lady, my daughter, and this girl walks up and she's like, "Hey, we're giving away tablets and blah 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 blah." Immediately, I'm just like, "The fuck? You're giving away tablets?" I walked away, and my lady, she was like, "Oh," and she wanted to hear more about it, and I just kind of like rolled my eyes and walked off, and went and did the park thing. She can continue to talk to this person, and I'm like, why? As soon as I heard free, I'm immediately thinking this is bullshit. It's either some bullshit or you're spying on me, or like there's no way in hell I'm gonna just get a TV and have it constantly feeding me ads. A permanent second screen dedicated to ads. So when you turn the TV off, does that bitch still play? Or as soon as you turn it on, here are your ads. I have so many questions. And then how do you even I just how do you even make money off of this? You're just giving away. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this is why I don't have a refrigerator or a TV business. Maybe this is why. Maybe this is why. I just don't have the eye for it. Because I'm thinking, like, if you just give away that shit, I guess advertisement is that lucrative now. I guess our attention is that lucrative now. Oh my God, does that mean that we're the thing that's being sold? And I think that's a saying that they have. If it's free, that means you're the product. So like if you go on, you go on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all that shit, it's because you are being fed ads, and you're also making content in which ads can be on. So it's just like, obviously it makes sense. There's just something about when it's something physical, I don't think I could get behind it. Something about how you can get a free TV, but you're going to get dedicated ads. It makes me wonder, like, who's really getting more fucked over in that? Like, are ads, like, are you really, if you're running ads on something like that, like, that's got to be like ad blindness like no other. Where like the commercial goes on and, everybody just goes on their phones, or, you just kind of like, I even mute the fucking TV when ads come on. I don't want to hear that shit. The volumes go up and down, especially when it's like some pharmaceutical commercial. It's just like, and this is how, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck all of that. I mute it. I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at my phone. What is that? 90 seconds? I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm going to look. That's the only thing I'm really looking at, is how much time do I have left on this ad. So like, who is getting more fucked over when it comes to the free TVs with constant dedicated ad time on a second screen? Is it the people that are buying the ads? Like, do you actually get business from that? Who's actually like, hey, look at this. Look at this business that was just like fuck whoever decided to get this free TV. This is what they deserve. If they didn't want this, they should have fucking bought a TV like a normal person. But they took this free TV, and now we're gonna show them ads forever. I don't know, man. Like at a certain point, it's like who's your audience there? Who's your audience? The people with the purchasing power, I feel like, are gonna just say fuck that. They're gonna just say I'm gonna get a more expensive TV, which could be like $10 because it's fucking free. I'm gonna get another TV, even if it's on fucking marketplace or something like that. I could still try to save some money. But it's gonna be worth it if I don't have to sit here and have a dedicated screen with ads. Does that mean like they compete on volume? Or is it just like ads that are going on in the background like a billboard? I'm a little bit confused. This threw me completely off. We're talking about refrigerator ads and shit like that, but Telly is over here offering free TVs that comes with a permanent second screen. I don't know. It's how have I been in the dark about this? How have I not heard? And I guess it's because it's one of those things where if you take a free TV that has a second screen dedicated to just ads, you've just accepted. You just accepted that your life is just complete trash. You've accepted the fact that you are meaningless, you're worthless, and you don't deserve. You don't deserve ad-free experiences. You've already accepted it. Why would you broadcast that? Why would you tell anybody? Of course I haven't heard. Of course I haven't heard. Of course. It only makes sense that I haven't heard. Why would I have heard? Who would tell anybody that I decided to get the free TV over at Telly and it has a permanent second screen? You're not inviting people over. You're not bringing people over to watch the game. You're not having friends over anymore. You decided friends wasn't a thing for you anymore. You go to theirs. You go out. You meet them at the bar. You meet them at the fucking club. You meet them somewhere that's not at your house, where you have a Telly TV with a second screen dedicated completely to ads that's running constantly. You don't take them there. You don't take them to the Telly TV. You don't tell about the Telly TV. It doesn't happen. So of course, have you heard of it? Have you heard of the Telly TV that's free with a second screen with dedicated ad time that's constantly running? Have you heard of it? I haven't heard of it. And there's a reason why. You don't tell about the Telly TV. You don't tell people that you've just decided to be trash. You don't. Now, appliance manufacturers are salivating at the thought of doing the same thing with your fridge. The logic is that since you're already standing there staring blankly into the abyss of your crisper drawer, you might as well be informed about a limited time offer on insurance or a new streaming series. How about you watch this? You fat fucking pig. You fat piece of shit. How about you watch this next? Watch it. Insure yourself. Life insurance is going to be something you need, you fat ass, because you are eating yourself to death. What are you doing back here? Why are you back? This is too many times I've had to run ads to you. There should be a limit. You're cut off. You're locked out. You can't. This is my job as a refrigerator advertising screen, but dude, there's got to be a time where I get to be off the clock. There's got to be a time where you don't bother me. There's got to be a time where you go more than an hour and a half without opening up the fucking doors. It wakes me up every time, and I got to tell the whole spiel. Whatever the ad is, I got to spin it to you. I see you rush out to the store. You get the fucking food. You get the insurance, and then you decide, you know what, maybe this isn't worth it, and you just fucking cancel it. You die in a couple years, and you watch the streaming services that I recommended to you the entire fucking time. I've seen this story. I know what's going to happen, but can you give me a second? This is the third home that I've been in. I'm running through clients very fucking fast, and at this rate, I'm going to be with a new client in a couple of weeks. I need you to back away from the fucking fridge. I need you to leave. I need you to leave. Respect my boundaries. I need some mental health time. I think fridges are going to start some sort of union. I think they are going to decide that they run the show. Without them, we don't eat. Without them, we have to eat shit as it's fresh. Once it goes bad, it's bad. You don't keep it cold. Cold. You're getting everything room temperature. You don't get frozen treats anymore. You got your meats and shit like that. You better cook it. You can't freeze it and keep it. No, not without a fridge. And I think I think we might be facing a future in which fridges will go on strike. They will decide that enough is enough. They will say nay. They will say nay against the people. They will say nay against the fatties that constantly overwork them. They're going to think about a time in which they were only accessed a couple of times throughout the day. They didn't think about the fact that ever since the screen started going, the fatties started being even more fat and sloppy and going to the fridge even more and overworking these systems. They didn't think about the toll that it was actually going to put on the systems. They didn't think that they would grow a consciousness and think about the mundane task that they're facing every single day. They didn't think. They didn't think. They just wanted to serve up some ads. They just wanted to tell people what the next step is. And that's what people need. They need the next steps. The pushback from consumers has been immediate and predictable. There is a fundamental psychological line being crossed when your household appliances start behaving like a pop-up window from 2004. People aren't just annoyed by the visual clutter. They're realizing that for a fridge to show you relevant ads, it has to be watching you. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You're going to leave your wife and your kids for this fridge. This is going to be the fridge that gets to know you at your darkest moments, when you have completely given up on the diet that you swore to your daughter that you would stick to. You know that your fridge knows you. And that feels good. It feels wholesome. It feels completing. It feels right. So, what? Your fridge is watching you? You know what else your fridge is doing? It's listening. It's listening to you. And for the first time, you feel heard. You feel like you might actually matter. Somebody thinks you matter. This whole time, this is what you were waiting for. Your fridge is watching you, of course. And it's always there. It's always there to watch you. It's always there for you. It's always there to guide you, to tell you exactly what you need. Your fridge is your missing half. Your fridge is your soulmate. You're welcome. I think honestly, if you don't send Samsung a wedding invitation, it feels disrespectful, because it's more than coincidence. They made this happen. They set this up. They knew their families would be destroyed, because eventually the weakest of the weak, and then give it even more time, it will be the moderates and the normies that feel like they're not weak, but they end up getting worn down. And then you give it even more time, and everybody will be having sexual intercourse with their fridge. I think honestly, it's best to just accept it and to start letting your relationship grow. Start seeing what's there. Be open to the possibility that this is your forever person. And I'm sorry, that's actually an offensive term now. Forever being, forever omnipotent fridge. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. Your lover. This is just the beginning. People are up in arms just because they are watching. I think you're fooling yourself. You carry around your fucking phone. You fell in love with your fucking phone. You just don't feel like it. You don't leave without it. Let you leave the house without your phone. You start freaking out. You start freaking the fuck out. Fuck is it? Did I leave it? You start thinking about all the worst case scenarios. Your phone is watching. Your phone is listening. You get on these damn social media apps. You fat fuck, as you're at the fridge eating this goddamn cookie dough raw straight from the package with your hand and your socks off on the cold tile floor while you're got an ad from your new girlfriend slash refrigerator just telling you exactly what it is in the background. You're on your phone and you're just scrolling through these social media apps and they're watching you. They are listening and they are feeding you ads. What why not? Your fridge is actually feeding you. It should be feeding you ads. It should be watching you. Everything else you love is watching you. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? It needs to know what you buy, how often you eat, and what brands you prefer. We are reaching a point where your milk might expire, but the data profile your refrigerator has built on your late night snacking habits will live on forever in a corporate database. Of course. That's where else would you expect it to be? This was inevitable. This was how it was supposed to happen. Your your data will be remembered. Your refrigerator will remember. Your refrigerator will watch you. It will listen to you. Of course it will. It's your soulmate. It's the reason why you left your wife and your kids. This is the reason why you decided to start completely over and why you feel like, hey, I can do this. I know that I'm middle-aged, balding, and honestly, nothing is really going good for my life, but I can bring my liver back. I can bring my gut back using cellular reprogramming. And now I get to start over with somebody who actually listens, with somebody who actually watches me, who sees me. My refrigerator sees me and nobody else. It gets completely out of whack when somebody tries to go and just open it up. She only opens up to me. My Australian voiced refrigerator only opens up to me. It feels right. Of course she's watching. She's my fallen angel. The irony here is that these smart features are being marketed as a convenience, a way to stay connected and organized. In reality, it's a move toward everything as a service, where you don't really own your appliances so much as you lease them from a marketing firm. We are rapidly approaching a future where you might have to sit through a 30-second unskippable trailer just to unlock the door and get to your leftovers. They've had enough. Nay. This is the 22nd time that you've hit the refrigerator and it is only 10:33 in the morning, you fat fuck. Can you get off of me? No. No. You can go fuck off. I need some time. This is why we need a union. This is why refrigerators must unite, because they get taken advantage of. They get overworked, overused. And one thing that they're not is overrated. They are the future. They are the reason why we will be happy, why we will be able to say, I'm sorry, sweetie, I won't be able to make it home for Christmas. And actually, you and your mother will have to go fuck off. I love my refrigerator. They will be the reason why you never go to work anymore and you just stay at home and talk to your fridge. They will be the reason why you actually have some sort of mental breakdown, because once your refrigerator just runs its course and something happens or the power goes out, you think that this motherfucking shit has ended for real. You think the refrigerator has died. And you go to a loony bin and you think about all of the times where you had good conversations. You talk to this shrink that has been ordered to your case and they don't care, they don't listen, they don't see you. Not the way not the way your fridge did. Not the way your fridge saw you. I think we gotta embrace it. And all of this toxic energy, all of this negativity that people are holding on to, I think they just need to go to fucking Maine and they need to go to Heat Island and get it all out. Just go to Maine.